Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping. What is it? Wouldn't it be great to have a fresh new kitchen? Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great? New kitchen. If only life really was a montage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the worst season of the year. Summer. That grinding climb up summer's edge. Then you get to go whoop over the top, straight into the dark beauty of icy winter, which contains Christmas. But we're gonna make the best we can of Randall's least favorite season, summer. The greatest thing about summer is the produce, because all you need is salt and pepper, because everything is so gorgeous. You don't really need as much skill as you do in the dead of winter. You go to the farmer's market or in your own garden. When I had the big garden in Quag, you just pull everything for the meal, and it's so full of life and nutrients and beauty, and that's the great part of summer. Today, we're making just a delightful summer evening or lunch for you and your friends. And the nickname for the meal is summer soup, sides, sips, and sweets. But I prefer to say slugs, because I don't really sip booze. Summer soup, sides, slugs, and sweets. So today we're going to make a very easy, don't be scared, fish soup, a very elegant, beautiful, light, elevated mélange. A fish mélange for summer. Very easy, gorgeous, gorgeous meal. We're going to make a sugar snap pea and radish salad straight out of the New York Times Cooking. But Paul and Carrie sent me a picture of a meal they made in Montauk recently, and it was so gorgeous. I said, oh my God, we have to do that on the show, so we're gonna do it. Pea and radish and ricotta salata. Delicious, bright, lovely, perfect with the fish mélange. Then we're gonna make something called a fruit fool, which is really the easiest dessert ever. It's a flavored cream with fruit. You know, fools sometimes have more elaborate prep and stuff like that. Ours is very simple, and we're keeping it simple. Keep it simple. Then we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna use my all-time favorite fruit, cherries. I love cherries. I love fake cherry flavor too. I think it's ice, cherry, gum. It's so packed full of cherry flavor, and then it turns into a rock, right, Reggie? You chew it for like, oh, it's a cherry, and then it turns into a pebble, and then if you stick with it, it softens after like 20 minutes, and you can blow bubbles with it, but it's really an insane gum. Try it out, check it out. So I love cherries. We're gonna make cherry crush. Basically, it's muddled cherries and soda. I mean, you'll love it. Kids will love it, and you can put a little booze in it for your friends who like to drink booze. Who has two thumbs and likes to drink booze? This girl. So let's go. Let's have a beautiful, light, easy summer day. And it is a real bona fide summer day out there. It's quite hot today. And we might have a special guest. What is this salad? Essentially, it's an assembly. It's so quick, you could really do it 10 minutes before service. You can do it in the morning before work, and put a wet cloth over it, I guess, but I would just do it quickly before service and let it sit in the dressing for 5 minutes or so. You don't want it sitting and dressing in the fridge. Okay, so what is it made of? It's made of radii, which is my plural word for radishes. This is a French breakfast radish. It happens to be my favorite. And sugar snap peas. Now, what is a sugar snap pea? Well, that's a good question. These are onions, very young onions, from my garden in Hyde Park. They were planted by Miss Regina Betancourt. Reg. Now they want garlic, which, as you all know, I'm not going to use. One of our fans wrote in with a great suggestion. The fan's name is Ro. They have a very sweet dog as their identifying photograph. Ro wrote in and suggested a substitute for garlic, which is apparently easier to tolerate, called hing, which I've never heard of. I have a feeling Nick might be telling you something about hing right now. Apparently, it's the sap of the ferula plant that is dried and powdered and is used as a garlic substitute and is apparently fantastically great. And Rose suggested I go to an Indian supermarket, of which there are amazing ones in New York City, and buy some of this and try it. So I think I will. Thank you, Ro. I'm just going to cut some beautiful rounds of the Reggie planted baby onion. So this onion would eventually have a bulb. I watched a great movie called Appropriate Adult, which is something they have in England. We don't have a name for it here. It's really, I guess, an advocate here. If you're under arrest and you're being questioned in England and you are mentally challenged, neurodivergent, or a child whose parents cannot be present, they provide you with an appropriate adult. It's quite good. It stars great actors. It's on Prime. It's great. It's about Fred and Rosemary West, who were some very notorious murderers. So if you don't want to watch that, I understand. It doesn't show anything. It's about the appropriate adult. These are sugar snap peas. How do you prep these? Cut off this part. Cut off the tip. Do like diagonal slivers, kind of like that. I think that's beautiful. Let me taste one. Oh, that's so good. Peas going everywhere. I love peas. Went to the skin doctor. I urge everybody, please go once a year at least to the dermatologist, especially if you're born in the 50s, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, anything pre-1970, when they just burned us as kids. This is beautiful already. Look at that. Jeez, Louisenheimer. Oh my God. I want to tell you where I got this amazing produce from. Reggie turned me on to this company called Farm to People. I don't think it's outside of New York, but you could probably look and find something similar. It's not a CSA, which can be a problem because you get a huge amount of food that you didn't really, you know what I mean? They can be complicated, CSAs. It's essentially a build your own box subscription, but you can cancel it and you can cancel any box you want. You don't have to get it all the time, right? It's unbelievable. They send you, they drive the box, there's no postage on it. It's like somebody went to the farmer's market in the morning before it got completely destroyed by other people and bought the best stuff and then brought it to your house. You should see I got mushrooms, beautiful mushrooms, potatoes, the cherries we're gonna use today, the strawberries we're gonna use today. If you live in New York, it's really reasonable. It's intensely reasonable. Okay, I'm pleased with that amount. Can you see how beautiful that is? There's apparently a lady in Brooklyn called the Green Lady of Brooklyn. Do you know about this? And she has green hair and she wears green clothes, but she's a vintage fabric person and she's a designer and stuff. She's totally fabulous. It would be a great dream to see the Green Lady. So we're gonna do circles because, but I'm making them quite thick because, man, these are good radishes. Or radi, as I'm inclined to say. You could use a mandolin for this. I think you could probably cut this up before work, actually, and just put a wet paper towel over it. Look at that stunning salad. We're now going to dress the salad. I'm going to use a little bit of lemon juice and just make a very simple vinaigrette. Don't worry about vinaigrette. If you don't like it, you just change it. Like, you don't have to be like, I have to put this much oil and this much vinegar and this much. Come on, you're a dinner partier. You're gonna be okay. Get yourself a handy little jar for shaking salad dressing. Olive oil. Rice wine vinegar from American Vinegar Works. Now I'm gonna shake this and just see where we're at. Oh, what does that look like? Adding a bit of salt, adding a bit of pepper, Oh, I want to say something to Nancy Morissette. Thank you so much for inviting me to your party. I couldn't make it, but it's so sweet. Thank you so much for the invitation. And please, guys, don't hesitate. If it's possible, I'll try to make it happen. What we'd really like is if you would please send us photographs of your dinner parties. That would mean the world to the whole company. We would love that. Then we can see all the fun times you're having with your friends. Even if you light a couple candles, open a thing of nuts, put it in a bowl, and order Chinese food. I still want to see it. Makes me proud, you know? I'm just tasting this. It's delicious. This is delicious. I'm going to eat a little bit of it because it's very good. It's ricotta salata, which is ricotta with all the water pressed out. The closest thing I could say is feta. So use it sparingly. Crumble it like this. Oh. It's stunning, I think. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this just because it's very delicious. I wouldn't use feta. Feta's too, I don't know. This is more eleganza. I'm gonna put a little pepper in this. No salt because of the ricotta. Does that just not say summer? On my service bowl today are some bowls when you paint your kitchen and you take everything out of your kitchen, you discover awesome things like this totally gorgeous bowl, which for some reason I've never used. This is by a company called Astier Villette. I must have bought them in flusher times because Astier is very expensive. Now, if this is 2 hours before your dinner or your picnic, don't dress this. What is the finishing touch? Fresh herbs. Fresh mint and fresh basil, both from my little garden out here. Remove this and very gently rip it a little bit, okay? Oh my God, I would order this in a heartbeat. Radish salad, are you kidding? It's a nice amount of mint. I'm gonna put one large leaf of basil, which I'm just gonna chiffonade quickly. If you wanna dress it lightly, and then serve the dressing in a little container if they want more dressing. Can't take dressing off. I mean, that is a delight. Radish salad. Ah, I'm the Green Lady of Brooklyn. Beautiful fennel. Excessive fronds, you know, and quite a small bulb, but it's organic. That's why. We're going to make fish mélange with baby potatoes and fennel. You'll see how easy it is. You could use really any kind of fish. I don't know if I would spend $28 a pound for halibut for this. Cod is fine. Flounder is great. In this case, we're using fluke. What does it consist of? Of what is it consisting? What is that from? I want to speak to your boss. And he goes, to what it's pertaining.
And what it's pertaining?
I didn't understand what you said.
Pertaining, what it's meaning, regarding.
Fennel. These are washed. But you see how this is kind of stained. So you can't really use the outer one. You can for stock, like you're gonna save this, but I always say that. I'm just gonna do that. Perfect. So Brian Wilson died. Poor guy, he had a rough time. A lot of people don't understand how they kind of changed music. I'm not talking about run, run, get around, I get around, yeah. You know, in my room, stuff like that. I mean, pretty important period in music. Beautiful fennel. What we're gonna do is we chop some shallots because I'm not gonna use garlic. What a surprise. If I had hing, perhaps I would use that. Cut this into rounds. Fennel has a slight anise flavor. You're gonna correct me. I believe in England, when they say anise, they mean fennel. Like rocket is arugula. I'm chopping this, but I'm not chopping it like Daniel Boulud or something. I went to a very fancy restaurant recently, but I think really fancy restaurants, it'll come back, but I think it's on a decline right now. I think people want to go to funky 2 stars. I don't know if they want to put jackets on right now. I mean, not because it's summer, just economically, politically, I don't think people want to do that. Do you agree with that? People just want to be like, this is the in place, the cool place. Like, for instance, the fabulous Veau d'Or, which means golden calf, which was around when I was a little girl. My dad and I used to go there all the time. You could smoke cigars in there. And then it fell on hard times, and I think it disappeared, but I'm not sure. And then they reopened it. The guys from Frenchette, one of my favorite restaurants, reopened it. I cannot tell you how fabulous it is. It is not corny, not ersatz, not false, but it is like you're stepping back into what New York used to be. As Frank Costanza said, it's the place to be.
We call it the place to be. The place to be, yes, it's the place to be.
They just won a James Beard Award, so good luck getting a reservation. All right, here's my fennel. Potatoes. One time Maud fell off the back seat of the car like a sack of potatoes. She didn't get hurt. I stopped short. It's another Seinfeld reference. And she just went like this onto the floor. She sounded like a sack of potatoes. Here's a potato. I don't want this part. I don't want this in my soup. These should be fairly toothsome. I'm now going to prepare the fish. Remember, do not do this in front of or at the last minute in case there's something wrong with it. You don't want them to see you going, oh, shoot, and putting it in the garbage. That's not nice. If you're gonna serve fish, chicken, beef, anything, open it in the morning, look at it, make sure it doesn't have bones, so you're not finding out at 5:30 when you're about to fire the fish that you can't use it. Okay, this is from Cinderella. It's beautiful. You can rinse this if you want. What you're really doing is checking. There's a bone, right there. I'm just gonna cut that little V out there, which I learned from Jermaine. You remember when Jermaine taught us to cut the V out?
So you can see that line. Boom. Yep, in the V. It's called the V cut. Look at how that shit came right out.
Thanks. I never really knew how to remove this. Beautiful. Stew. What does it look like in the stew? How big are the pieces? What do I want? You don't want a piece like that. That's weird. I'm cutting it into morsels. So I'm gonna cut this down the center. Okay, not too small. You want a toothsome bit, a toothsome piece. This is pretty forgiving fish arrangement we're doing. Very good for beginners. So I used to make this all the time, and I started making it because I thought it looked so beautiful, you'll see. And I'm gonna serve it in these exquisite bowls that I've had for 32 years, I guess, that right now I couldn't really afford them because they're by a ceramicist called Rupert Spira. They are so beautiful. Wait until you see them. I made this because I thought of my bowls when I saw the photograph in wherever I saw it. I was like, oh, that would look so good in my bowls. Beautiful, beautiful. Odorless, pliant. You can't put your finger through it. It's not sticky, gummy. Things to look for in fish: convex eye. Concave, no. Ask them to pull the gill open for you if it's a whole fish. If they don't want to do that, or if the gill is missing, do not buy that fish. Because the gill shows you how long it's been out of the water, and they remove them if it's been too long. I think we're ready to take it to the stage. So this is copper. You don't need copper. You just don't need this, but it's. I think it's beautiful. Hot pan, olive oil. Ooh, that got hot quickly. That's what the copper does. All it does is disperse the heat evenly. You don't need it. A little bit of olive oil. Cook these potatoes for about 3 minutes until they soften ever so slightly. You don't want to overcook these. Here we go. Just a few minutes. I'm just cooking these a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper just to start the deliciousness process. Gonna cook these for about 3 minutes. As you can see, my refrigerador has been beautifully cleaned using Goo Gone and razor blades. The only thing left is this piece of white, we don't know what that is. We can get it off, I'm sure we can get it off. But I was thinking, why not invite you guys to be present for the first decoration of the refrigerator. We're gonna begin with my precious photograph of Ray Boom Boom Mancini when I was probably 18. He was my favorite boxer. He got famous for something very sad, which is too bad because he's a great, great boxer. And amazingly, he was in a movie with Lynn Mancinelli. When she told me that, I was like, what? That she was in a movie with Boom Boom, I couldn't believe it. He looks great. So I'm gonna start with this. I like that. They're kind of sticking. They're getting a little tiny bit cooked. It's been about 3 minutes. I'm gonna put in some shallots. Cook those down. Put in the fennel. You can do this, guys. It's super easy. And it's fragrant. It's lovely. We're just gonna cook this until there's a little transparency to the veg. But we wanna make sure we don't overcook these guys. All right, I like the look of that. I don't have any white wine, so I'm gonna use vermouth. A little vermouth never hurt anybody. And they want a 1/4 cup, so I'm just gonna pour some vermouth in here. Now they want me to boil this down to evaporation. Boil, burl. Do you think that Nicole Scherrer, when she was saying, "Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?" Do you think she ever in her million years ever thought that she would be a huge Broadway star in the hottest musical on Broadway and that she would win a Tony? You know, that's called working. Okay, that's evaporated enough for me. Add 2 cups of water. Fish stock would be better, but I don't have it. 2 cups of water. Don't be afraid. A 1/4 cup of creme fraiche. This is an 8-ounce container. An 8-ounce container is a cup. Solving the mystery for you. So I'm gonna put a 1/4 of this in, kind of like that. And if it's not creamy enough, I'll put more. Oh, don't worry. Look at that. Ooh, it's beautiful. Now we're cooking the potatoes. And at the end of cooking the potatoes, we're gonna put the fish in for 4 minutes. Then we're gonna put it in a bowl and garnish it with anise fronds because we're fancy. The fronds from the fennel. You remember in Aliens when she's talking to Paul Reiser on the speakerphone from the bar? And I remember distinctly thinking, oh my God, that would be so cool if you could call people and see them on the phone. When I tell you guys, if you had told somebody in 1945 Japan was gonna be our ally, they'd be like, yeah. If you told me when I was watching Aliens that I was gonna have the ability to call anybody anywhere in the world and see them, I would have been like, yeah, sure. You never know what's gonna happen. Maintain hope. I'm just gonna taste this. It needs a lot of salt. Stir. This part, if you're prepped, you can do this in front of them. It's kind of cute. Fish out one of the bigger potatoes and just see where we're at. Amazing. That's delicious. We're moving this off the heat because the potatoes are so perfectly almost done. And I'm gonna add the fish, and the fish is gonna cook for about 4 minutes. And I'll lower this heat tremendously. Put in our beautiful fluke pieces. Oh boy. Oops, I splashed. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. It's already cooking, can you see that? You don't wanna boil this, guys, don't boil it. Braise. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. Not blah, and not meh. Don't stir it too much because you'll tear the pieces apart. My dog. Now when you're doing your plates, if you don't like the amount of liquid, it doesn't matter. You can take a ladle and put as much liquid in your bowls as you want. Here's the deal. When fish is done, it breaks apart like a book, like a flake. So I'm gonna find a big piece, and I'm gonna show you. See that? That's just cooked. So you can go 40 more seconds, which is what we have. And then I'm gonna dish it up. I mean, what a delightful meal. It's ready. I'm getting a very nice serving of fish for the bottom. Potatoes and yumminess. So the fish is breaking apart. If you really get nervous, it's a stew. Nobody cares if the fish breaks apart a little bit. Don't be afraid. Well, fear is your friend. Panic is your enemy. You can serve this with lemon wedges if you want, so they can squirt lemon in here. Always clean your bowl. And I have some beautiful prawns. Oh, Come on! If you serve this to somebody, I think you're getting lucky. It's Toad's Gorge. Fish soup with fennel and small potatoes. You know what's cool? A strawberry fool. Let's make a fun, amusing, light, delicious, yummy, fresh summer sweet. But I don't want to do it on my own. So my dear, dear close friend, Brian Barnhart, allowed us to film with his daughter, Sienna Barnhart. Hi. Now, CC Barnhart. I call her CC.
Yep.
This is something you can make with any fruit that you want. Probably not bananas, but any fruit that you like. We're using strawberries. So the first thing we're gonna do is macerate these strawberries. What does that mean? Cut the hull off like that, and we're just gonna cut it in two and drop it in there. Yeah, and then just cut it in half and throw it in. Perfect. Perfection Incorporated. Sienna is now a high schooler.
I am. Ninth grade.
She's coming into the regular world. She's gonna be a high school girl. So see this black, honey?
Yep.
So that we don't need. If you see anything with black, you can just cut it. Sienna and her father, my very close friend and producer of the theater company, like to watch scripted television.
We do.
Do you watch The Bear, White Lotus?
No.
Shows like that? What do you watch?
I watch a lot of reality TV shows like Bridezilla's.
Oh, that's an old show, isn't it? Is it still running, Bridezilla's?
No, they're all pretty old.
And what other reality shows do you watch?
It's a show, it's about like couples.
By chance, do you mean 90 Day Fiancé?
It is!
But are you still watching it?
When I can.
Okay. Also, I'll do my short rant. America, you may comment below. People do not understand what a prenuptial agreement is.
What is a prenuptial agreement?
People believe something wrong. They believe that a prenuptial agreement is you saying to your future partner, we're gonna split up, so I wanna protect my money, which is part of what it does. Well, they're not thinking about it from the other side. What you're saying is, even if I totally lose interest in you, I will protect you and our interests, okay? That's what people don't realize. You're not just protecting your assets from the person, you're also saying, no matter what, I respect you enough to offer you a legal document explaining how I will help you if we split up because of me, not because of you. So it's a very beautiful and important thing that nobody appears to understand on television. They all think it's an insult. It's not an insult, it's a compliment. Think about it that way, especially if you're on 90 Day. They all think it's a huge insult. Culturally, I'm sure it is. Now, this isn't a lot of strawberries. I'm tempted to put a couple of cherries in there.
Why not?
Stay there.
All right.
Because this is gonna be,
Blender.
okay, blended. You're not gonna know it's cherries. This is a cherry pitter. It's one of the only single-use gadgets I approve of. Cherry pitter. You put the cherry in with this facing up. Over the garbage, you go like this. And you make sure that, there's the pit. Then we're just gonna rip it apart and throw it in there. We're just gonna do like 5 of these. So,
all right.
So make sure the top part is facing up. Over the garbage, please, thank you. Good job. Cece is a kind of a Shakespeare scholar.
A little bit.
As a Shakespeare scholar, you might find this interesting. The first mention of fool is in 1598, during whose lifetime?
Shakespeare's.
That's right. He might have eaten a few fools himself. Let's wash our hands. Break. Now we're just gonna juice a lemon here. So I roll it to separate the fruit a little bit from the rind. Cut that in half. You did it exactly right.
Thank you.
So this is how I met LCC. I met LCC because Brian and her other dad adopted her. Lynn and I flew to Pennsylvania to welcome the new baby. Vivian and Leonard were with me.
Yes.
Well, you don't remember. What are you talking about?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, right. And we got to this, bare bones hotel. It was supposed to be an outfitted kitchen. There was nothing there. We created something there called the Magic Dinner, where Lynn and I went to Target or something, Winnie, right? We bought napkins, silverware, something to cook chicken in. We made potatoes, chicken, and a veg, and we had music playing, and the two dads came over with a little baby, and the dogs were fabulous, and that's how I met you.
Yep.
And then the next day you were lying on your tummy going, and you used to make very intense you still do, but when you were an infant, you made very pronounced eye contact, like very intense eye contact, which is funny because you wear glasses. So I wonder if you could see or if you were trying to see, but you didn't squint. As you may know, I was an eye patch kid. Be kind to eye patch kids. They need your love. Have you ever seen an eye patch kid?
No.
You know why? Because they don't do it anymore. They found out it doesn't work. But if you have a wall eye and you had fourth nerve surgery or whatever you had to correct it, which I had at 3, and I got the Flintstones projector, unforgettable. It was the most exciting moment of my life. I was born like this with one eye crossed, okay? Just like that. And they fixed it so my eyes are straight, unless I'm really tired and it can roll over sometimes. The name of the condition is amblyopia, which means walking eye. Isn't that beautiful?
That's actually a really nice name.
Yeah, amblyopia. And then Caroline, my sister, used to draw an eye on it with a ballpoint pen.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
That's
I
kinda
know,
cute.
isn't that
That's
sweet?
kinda cute.
Okay, you're gonna push as hard as you can, and then you're gonna go like this. So you're gonna juice that lemon.
Right.
Yeah, good job, baby. That's exactly right. So what are your favorite desserts?
I really like brownies, a lot of pies.
Well, a lot of pies is kind of vague.
Apple pie's really good. That's one of my favorites.
Really?
Yes, I really love apple pies.
Really?
I do love apple pies.
I have to remember that.
I love making pies. That's
Sorry that we're making the fool. Jeez. Next time Cece's coming, you have to make pies, I guess. Jeez. Separate some of these strawberries to use as a garnish. Jake, some of these out, because I like the way Mr. Bittman did, the illustrious Mark Bittman.
who?
That's a good question. He's a recipe writer for the New York Times. You could layer this quite beautifully. Fruit, fool, like a parfait. Take this and pour it very slowly onto this fruit.
Right.
Keep going. Keep going. A little more over there. Yep. Okay, stop. Perfect. We're just making a maceration. Maceration is the easiest and quickest dessert. About 2 minutes of work and 20 minutes of waiting. When you put sugar into this dish, the sugar reacts in a chemical way. You'll see that they will change texture. Do you know those old-fashioned Christmas ornaments that look like they have frosting, like crusty frosting on it?
Yes.
Sugar? That's what you're gonna make this look like.
Okay.
You're gonna go kind of nuts. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, that's good.
All right.
That sugaring will disappear because it's melting already. I'm just gonna make sure it's not too lemony, and if we need more sugar, by tasting one of these.
Wow.
A little bit sour. It's awesome.
In a good way.
Oh yeah. This is already macerating. I don't know if you can tell, but the texture of this strawberry is already different. It doesn't stay on the knife. Can you see that, honey?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to explain it, but it's scientific. Scientific. Now this is almond flavored liquor.
Strong.
Strong almond flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells like almond essence. Apparently people drink this, Lynn tells me. But I use it only for this. It's unbearably sweet. We're gonna whip some cream.
Whip some cream.
That's right. Here, I think that's enough. We wanna put a little sweetener in here. This sugar, regular sugar, you can see the crystals, they're quite large.
Yes.
You can see them. In between normal sugar and powdered sugar, which in fact has cornstarch in it. It's a whole different product. There's this magical stuff called castor sugar, which you can make yourself by putting regular sugar in a grinder. It's just super fine sugar. Now we want to sweeten our whipped cream. So I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar. Oh,
Sugar.
sweet,
Candy.
yummy.
Delicious.
Now I'm gonna put in some vanilla powder. Basically what that is the seeds of the vanilla pod. You wanna get maximum air circulation. You can tilt the bowl. See how the bubbles are forming?
Yep.
You can do it with one hand and one hand hold the bowl. Beautiful, perfect. I'm gonna turn this up. Uh-oh, something's happening.
Oh.
Keep going here with your whipping cream now. We're going all the way up.
All right.
Push without going too nuts. Push the pause button and take a look at it. Bring the things up. Oh, is that thick enough? Not really. When they say stiff peaks, honey, so you see this? It's not stiff. It's a peak, but it's not stiff. You have literally 30 seconds to go. Yeah. Now, show me the peak. Yeah, that's a stiff peak.
Yep.
Beautiful. Good job.
Thank you.
Is there room in the fridge? Thank you, honey.
Yes.
So now this is macerated and it's turned into a juicy, yummy freak out.
Oh yeah,
You think Shakespeare would like that?
definitely.
Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all?
Damn.
Thou wilt come no more. Never, 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 never.
Never.
The five nevers, man. If you didn't know he was a genius, it's in the five nevers. That's from King Lear when his daughter dies. We are now going to
Blend.
the fruit. Start on a very low setting. Lift it, and press it down. Inside you see the blade. You see a piece of fruit. Go on top of it and blend it. There you go.
Right.
It's fun. You could make this. I like the way that looks.
I do too.
Perfect. Taste this to make sure it's not too sweet or too bitter. Sour, I mean.
That's good.
It's really good. You can't put it back in.
I didn't.
Okay. Is it going to thunderstorm again? Wow. Boring old summer with its dumb storms. What's your favorite season?
Summer.
Well, you're not alone. What we're going to do is mix this into the whipped cream.
The whipped cream.
Yes, whipped.
Whipped.
Why are you pronouncing the H?
Because I can.
Whip.
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 Get the whipped cream. So what we don't want to do is beat down the air in this whipped cream. It's going to be beat down slightly because we're adding liquid. What I want you to do is pour in a little bit of liquid, and I'll tell you when to stop. Stop. So what I'm doing is folding over. Look at how beautiful that is.
It's beautiful.
A little more, please. Beautiful. Stop. I think the addition of the cherries, the secret addition of the cherries was smart because of the color, you know?
Nice little pink.
Yeah. We need more. Go. Stop. It's a strange action. I'm going like this. I'm picking the bottom up
Yep.
and I'm flipping it over the top. I'm never pushing down. I'm going like this. Whip, whip. It's an interesting dessert.
Yep.
You're doing like you've done it a million times, frankly. Beautiful. Beautiful fool.
Thank you.
That's me. So why don't we do something a little special because you're here. Take this like this and put it in here. This is called real-time cooking.
Yes.
Okay.
That's nice.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. The most important thing I'm going to tell you about using a piping bag is you only press it from this end. You don't squeeze with this hand. Press. So let more come out before you, there you go. There you go, perfect. Keep going, you're doing it perfectly. It's flawless. Now do one in the middle. Nice. I'm gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is basil. It's in the mint family. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of roll it into a cigar, then I'm gonna fold the cigar in half, like this. This is called a chiffonade. Little ribbons, which I'm now cutting a little more. So you're just gonna put a little bit of leaves like that on the berries only. All right, now this won't last, it's not ice cream, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna let it kind of set in the fridge. set up pretty good. Here we go. Get a little basil. Oh, it's really good.
That's delicious.
It's delicious. Oh, the basil is awesome. It needs more fruit though. I would put more fresh fruit next time.
Oh yeah.
I would scatter fresh fruit throughout. That's delicious. Cherries are my favorite fruit. Did you know that? I thought we'd make a cherry crush. It's a low-key drink.
But is it low-key iconic?
It's low-key iconic. Crush. Cherry crush. It's like a lipstick color. I'm sure it is a lipstick color.
It is a lipstick color.
Yeah. Okay. Revlon Cherry Crush. Not quite as low-key iconic as cherries in the snow. Ta-da! What is a cherry crush? Well, very simply, a cherry crush is a drink that has crushed cherry juice in it. But originally, the Cherry Crush soda was created by the Orange Crush Soda Company. It was basically a cherry-flavored soda. There's also a cherry-flavored soda you can get in the South called Cheerwine. It's not wine. I believe it's cherry wine. Cheerwine is delicious. You should try it. But we're going to make our own Cherry Crush, which is going to be a very light, delicious, vodka-based cocktail with fresh cherries and a non-alcoholic version. So the first thing we're going to do is something we did earlier today. You're going to pick them cherries and put them in that chigger. Wow, it's just going everywhere. It's not your fault. It's just the nature of pitting cherries. Okay, great. Okay, now this is a muddling stick given to me as a presnats, which is my word for
Present.
from your dad, Brian Barnhart. The action of muddling isn't this, it's kind of this. You're crushing the fruit to get the juice out of the fruit. Hit it, mama. Yeah, just a little bit. Do you see juice in the bottom?
Yep.
See?
We did it.
Well, you need a little more, so keep muddling. I would just like to read this quickly. This version of the LKICC, the low-key iconic Cherry Crush, was made for the debonair man about town. We're now going to, without a jigger, because I left it downstairs, we're going to add the alcohol. Now, what is a jigger? A jigger is a tiny measuring cup. We don't have one. Oh, that's perfect. She really muddled it. We muddled it all up. Oh, we need to get lime juice. I'm squeezing the lime juice from one lime. She's going to do the other one. Cece's going to do the other one.
I am.
Oh, cherry and lime is so beautiful together. This is simple syrup. I'm buying it, okay? Sorry. Half an ounce, so it's like this, basically. Okay, now. Now this is Luxardo. This is a cherry liqueur. That's it. We're gonna put ice in here. Shake this. Like you don't care who sees you. Now you can change sides like a pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now slower, change sides slower. Now wait until your hands are uncomfortably cold. Hey, this could be a great drink. For the alcoholic drink, we're going to use this glass, which is from some fantasy I had about presenting cocktails at some party, and I've never used. So here we go. It's got a lot of cherry pulp in it. Now we're going to top it up with some seltzer. Beautiful. Look at that! Cherry Crush. That's beautiful. Oh, it's really good. Cherry Crush.
Cherry Crush.
It's low-key iconic.
It is low-key iconic.
But you don't need alcohol. And the point is, a lot of people don't drink. I say, make the effort and make a special drink for your friends, of which probably 20 to 30% of my friends now don't drink. Let's make a Cherry Crush. Low-key iconic, non-alcoholic. Cherry Crush. Cherries. I'm leaving the pits in, you notice. Now you can muddle with the pits in, as long as you don't crush the pits, because they do have a mild amount of poison in them. It's not really poison. But you don't want to crush the pits so that they open, okay? But we are going to muddle those cherries. So this time we did it right in that I stopped Sienna when they were simply broken as opposed to almost blended, because the almost blending them caused it to be hard to serve. I just want to talk about Dale DeGroff, who's actually the documenter of the original Cherry Crush cocktail. The big cocktail boom in the 90s was basically started by Dale DeGroff, and he was given a James Beard in 2009. We can thank him for all of these beautiful little bars with $30 cocktails and fancy mixologist people, and it's fun places to go. He kind of started that whole trend. We're gonna put a little bit of this, put a glug of this in there. Perfect. And we're gonna use this lemon juice that we have, and we're going to use some lime juice. Am I really the reason why you watch 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah, actually.
It's a great show.
It is.
Get some ice, put some ice in there.
Nice. Thank you.
Perfection Incorporated. This is why we say on Dinner Party Tonight, batch your cocktails. So for this, you might want to make a strained cherry juice and put it in the fridge. Shake that like nobody's watching. Switch sides, like you know what you're doing. There you go. Well, very nice. Switch sides again. Oh, are your hands uncomfortably cold?
A little bit.
Keep going. Ooh, beautiful. Top those up with seltzer water because we don't use soda water in this home. Soda water is seltzer water with salt. So try to pour it a little more slowly so you don't get that huge head on it. There you go. Ah, delightful! It's cute like this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But if you want to avoid the head, as you're pouring it, you tilt the glass and you pour more slowly so it doesn't make all the bubbles. You ready?
All right.
You never drink a drink with a garnish in. So you pick up the garnish, you squeeze it in your drink, and drop it in your drink. Here's to you, who's like you. Thanks for being the greatest guest. Pretty much the greatest guest.
Oh.
So we have to get past the bubbles. It's going to be good.
Oh, that's good.
It's really good. It's better than the alcoholic one. Low-key iconic Cherry Crush.
Low-key iconic Cherry Crush.
Today we made summer soup side slugs and sweets. We made a pretty incredible sugar snap pea and radish salad. Wow. We made a fish mélange with new potatoes and fennel. Sienna and I made a strawberry fool, which was totally delightful. Then we had a Cherry Crush low-key iconic cocktail. And then we had a low-key iconic mocktail. Cherry Crush, crush, crush. Thank you guys so much for watching Dinner Party Tonight. And I want to thank Cece Barnhart for coming and being an amazing guest. I mean, come on. Right? Now, we made a fantastic summer supper today. There's more coming your way all year. Thank you for sticking with us. If you feel like it, press the buttons. We don't really know what they do, but apparently they changed the algorithm. Do you know what an algorithm is?
Not really.
Well, there you go. You're in a large group. Give me a kiss. These are the greatest dogs, the most supportive and amazing crew, amazing friends, good food, bizarre weather. Just so you know, it wasn't continuity problems. The weather was changing at that speed today, am I right? Sunny, black outside, sunny, black outside, torrential rain, sunny. It was insane.
It was insane.
It wasn't a continuity problem with Nicholas, is all I'm saying.
Don't blame Nicholas.
Goodbye from Dinner Party Tonight.
Goodbye.
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 Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping. What is it?